boosted the vanilla,
No
it
way.
was detectable
No way there's
and
black
perceived
pepper in
sweetness would go
Coca-Cola.
up. But black pepper mostly just seemed to accentuate the more earthy flavors already found in nutmeg.
Yeah, and it would just make the whole thing taste spicy. Why would you voluntarily drink a drink that has pepper in it? Isn't this what you do when like you're at a restaurant and then your friend goes to the toilet and then like he has a glass of water like at his table, and so you just like pour as much pepper into it as possible and see whether he drinks it like when he comes back?
Now, while I did gather at least a rough idea of what's in Coca-Cola from these early trials, I still had no idea what the correct ratios were, or what ingredients I was missing. So to find out, I cracked out my secret weapons, scientific papers, and chemical analysis. In terms of analysis, Vince from Neptunium and Ben from Mass Spec Everything agreed to analyze Coca-Cola, my ingredients, and a few similar sodas like Pepsi using their mass spectrometers. These machines essentially take a tiny sample of whatever you want, split it into chemical fractions using either a liquid or gas chromatography column, and then analyze each fraction by ionizing and firing its components through a magnetic field.
Bro, what an absolute sweat. We're bringing out the mass spectrometer for this, bro. The last time I saw this was in high school science class. I kind of forgot what this was, but then when you explained it again, now I remember. Bro, we had to study these stupid math spectrometer things in high school, like year 12. In our year 12 exam, we had to analyze these things and figure out like what each, like the spikes of like, we had to figure out which spike each of like the elements correlated with, like what elements the spikes correlated with and all that stuff. Bro, this was in all of our year 12 exams and everything. This actually gives me flashbacks. It gives me PTSD. I hated these questions. It always took so long to learn exactly like how to analyze a mass spectrometer graph.
Much like a prism splitting up light, the magnetic field splits up ions based on their mass, giving a sort of fingerprint that can be used to identify what chemical was ionized. That's the explanation, and this is the exact chemical makeup of Coca-Cola.
Okay, what is this?
Let's dissect its secrets, shall we? The dominant peak we found was something called alpha-terpineol, which mostly arises from the acid-catalyzed hydrolysis of limonene and pinene, and it hints that citrus oils do in fact make up a large portion of Coke's flavor. The next major peak is actually the remaining limonene, followed by 4-terpineol and fenchol. Cinnamaldehyde, saponine, and carine were also detected.
Bro, okay, you're gonna have to calm down here, bro. This is actually giving me flashbacks to year 12. We had to do so many of these stupid, like, graph